Hey brewers, today I want to talk about chilling. We are going to compare the immersion chiller that your Brewzilla comes with to a 50-foot half-inch immersion chiller, also stainless steel, to the Counterflow Kegland chiller. And if we have time, I will also throw in a 50-foot 3/8 inch. It all depends. We'll at least do 3. We have 3 Brewzillas going. I'm gonna chill one at a time. That way, for sure, if I'm splitting the water, there's not maybe one chiller getting more than another. We're gonna just do one at a time, time it, and see how much time do you save per dollar. So this came with it. How much faster will, a $130 chiller do than what came out of the box? I already have the Counterflow chiller hooked up, so we're gonna start with this one. I'm gonna hook up the water. Just make sure that it's cold water coming through and not hot. We are good. It's the best way to place this. That should be good. Okay, get our cold water going. And now I'm turning off the heating element and turning on the pump. Ball valves all the way open. Stopwatch, there we go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a spoon, and while it's recirculating and chilling, I'm just gonna help it out a little bit. That should help our chilling. So once we get down under, let's say, 120 Fahrenheit, I'm gonna start monitoring the output of the chiller, because this is gonna be colder than what we're reading on the Brewzilla. And that's one of the advantages of a Counterflow chiller like this. I'm gonna check with my digital thermometer, and let's see. So right now, this is telling me give or take 170 something, roughly in line with what I'm seeing on my display. What's actually coming out of here? That's crazy. That is a 100-degree difference. This is the temperature before it hits the chiller. So, oh my goodness. We are at just over 2 minutes. I'm reading 158 on the Brewzilla, about the same on there, but my output is already in the low 70s. So I'm gonna let it recirculate a little bit more. I don't even think, actually stirring it's not gonna do anything. If it was an immersion chiller, it really helps, but I don't think this is doing anything at all. My goal is to chill it down to about 66 to 68 Fahrenheit, somewhere around there. We're already at about 70. This is, yep, look at that. We're at 68. And it's dropping fairly quickly. So I'm gonna call 68 our cutoff temperature. It wouldn't take much longer to chill it down a little bit more if that's what you were looking at. Under 4 minutes. I just sold myself on this chiller. That is what I'm gonna be using now. The only downside I could think of is immersion chillers are pretty easy to clean. I take them out, spray them off, and then put them in with 15 minutes left in the boil. That's what I've been doing for 7 years, and it's been working fine. But this was way faster than I thought. This is a $100 chiller, I think. I'd have to double check the price, and as we know, prices now are so volatile because of inflation, but I'm pretty sure these are around $100 Canadian. So I'm calling it done. So now we'll try the chiller that comes with the Brewzilla. I got the tubing all hooked up here. Okay, that looks good, that looks good. Oh, I forgot to mention there's 21 liters of boiling water in each of these. Get our cold water in. Turning off the heat. Got our coolant water going through. I am gonna grab a recirculation arm, make sure this is not recirculating right now. And if you don't do this, I highly recommend having this running the entire time you're trying to chill. It will just make it happen faster. Start our timer. I'm gonna grab my spoon here, and I'm just gonna stir it as it chills. And I'm gonna guess this is gonna take somewhere around 15 to 20 minutes. Could be more. We'll see. Right now in Winnipeg, the groundwater is still pretty cold. So I'll just keep doing this until we get to around 68 Fahrenheit, which is around 20 Celsius. So we're just over 9 minutes, and it looks like we are down to just under 66. 65 even. Okay, so we're at 9 minutes 20, so maybe that was like 8.5 minutes, something like that. That also seems really fast. I wonder if it's just easier, takes less time to cool down water than wort, but there's no way I wanted to waste all that stuff and all that time. So we're just doing water today for comparison. All right, I'm gonna turn this off and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, and now we get to the 50-foot half-inch. This is the chiller that I used most often, to be honest. We do have Counterflow chillers. I haven't used this one yet. I actually really like that. It looks like it'll be fairly easy to clean, but we do have some plate chillers, and unless you're doing a big batch, it's just such a pain in the butt to keep them clean that, I don't know. I just find myself reaching for this guy. And hopefully there's no water in here because it might spray out once it gets hot. I'll just make sure this isn't aimed at anybody. Hot chilling water out, and now we'll hook it up to the cold water. Okay, turn on the pump. Turn on the chilling water. Whoa. We got a leak. Hold on. I'm not sure if there's a cut in the tubing or this wasn't tight enough. Nope, tubing's cut. Okay. This is a problem. Looks like we got a fucked up Friday on a Monday. Okay, so the problem was this here. I don't know if you can see it because I'm wearing gloves, but there was a little hole in it. So I just cut it off, put the tubing back, put the clamp back, and now hopefully burning hot water won't spray on me when I turn it off. So I have my phone, starting the timer. We'll add maybe 30 seconds or so for the fuckery that just happened here. We're good, no leaks. So we got the pump going, cold water going through, timer on. I'm gonna do the same as I did on the other immersion chiller and just kind of stir this till we get down to that 68, 66 Fahrenheit. All right, so it's been 4 minutes, 50 seconds, and we are down to, well, 61. That dropped even faster than I thought. So pretty good, pretty good. Again, I use this chiller all the time. Easy to clean, does a good job at chilling, not too expensive. I think they're around 130 bucks, somewhere around there, Canadian. So that's probably like $20 American by now. Just kidding, probably around like 80 or 90. Okay, so we do have time to test out that fourth chiller as soon as I find it and hook it up, which was the 50-foot 3/8 inch. This was a 50-foot half-inch. So I'll get that all hooked up. We'll be right back. So now we're gonna check out the fourth chiller, 50-foot 3/8 inch tubing. Pop that in there. So turn off the heat. Turn on the pump. Pump was already on, so we're gonna turn it on again. Okay, it's been a long day, folks. All right, cold water is going. Always be wary of the hot water out of the chiller. Oh, we've sprung a leak here now. It never ends. This should be an easy one though. I think this is just not tight enough. This is also why I brew in our warehouse and not like in my kitchen. Like, this is a goddamn mess. You don't want this happening. Or just be more careful. All right, I need to start a timer. Boom, start. And where is my magic spoon? Okay. Pump going, I'm stirring. Let's see how long this takes. All right, so this one took 6 minutes, 37 seconds to get to 68. Right now we're a little bit lower than that. So, Counterflow chiller was 3 minutes 40, give or take. The included Brewzilla Gen 3 and 4, it's the same one, took around 9 minutes. The half-inch 50-foot took just under 5 minutes. And then we have the 50-foot, but with 3/8 inch tubing, that took about 2 minutes longer than this one at 450. Now, keep in mind, again, I should have did some research on, is it easier to cool water than wort? My gut instinct is that yes, it will take longer to cool wort. It is easier to chill water, but this gives us a comparison. The other thing is, we're in Winnipeg. It's like minus 40 Celsius for several months during winter. We're just coming out of that now. Our groundwater here is super cold. Speaking of which, I'm gonna stop wasting it and turn it off. I'm actually gonna measure it real quick because I know some of you, well, a lot of our viewers are in the USA and wildly different weather there, and you guys have to deal with really high groundwater temps. All right, so we are looking at, let me just stick it right in there, 42 Fahrenheit. It's cold. So your results could be quite different if your groundwater is like 80 Fahrenheit. So that basically covers it. This, I have to say, this Counterflow chiller performed better than I thought. I knew it would be good, but I think for the price point, I didn't think it would chill it that fast. That's pretty crazy. The included one, okay job, 10 minutes. Again, if it was Wort, I think it would take longer. And if your groundwater is hot, this is something you might need to upgrade sooner rather than later if you just picked up a Brewzilla or already have one. I'd have to look at the pricing difference between a 3/8 50 foot and a 1/2 inch 50 foot. I think it's only like 20 bucks. We're looking at pretty big difference. I'd say it's 40% faster, give or take, something like that. So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you use for chilling on your brewing system? Do you go Counterflow? Do you use plate chillers? Do you use immersion chillers? Do you have any questions? What do you think about the water versus Wort cooling? Feel free to, call me an idiot and tell me why. I don't mind. Let us know down in the comments below. I try to read all of them and respond to like 95% of them. So please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Cheers.